Let's try this again. I kind of scooched over towards the sun because it was in the shadow and it wasn't really good, and I kept bringing things up and back and not refocusing. And that's my coffee. Okay, so good morning. I'm going to do a flip through of my flip-flop journal that I made way too fat. You can see that it is seriously a beast. And even though I like it chunky like this, it has started coming, it's starting to tear where I sewed the linen, wax linen in. So this is how I write my scripture in the morning. So this is going to go from Romans to, I can't remember if another book is in here. I know there's Romans and Hebrews. So we shall see. And I've used a wide variety of designers, and I did not make note of the designers. I know Raindrop Lila is in here. I know Amity Bloom and bits of the Apple of His Eye, Nanda. I think there is, I don't know who did that, but I really like it. I just can't remember, unfortunately. So I like to make little pockets, and these are just index cards that I like to have lines. I don't always have lines, but I do like having them. And this is, this might be Amity Bloom, possibly. This little bit is the Apple of His Eye, Nanda, as is this pink wallpaper, which I love. I did show this earlier. Guys, I did a little hand stitching. This little ribbon is at Hobby Lobby. Can you kind of see? Anyway. And so there is that. This, I think I've shown this before on the first mini flip through, not the full flip through. This is trim from India. I think it goes on saris. This is some more of the Hobby Lobby ribbon. It kind of feels velvety. And then I did that on my typewriter that Daniel got me for Christmas. These are some French trims. This is that gauze that I like to use that I get at Hobby Lobby. Sometimes I just collage things. This is a stamp, an actual stamp. I don't know. I really wish I could remember whose this is because I love it. I'll have to look. This little teacup, which is on here crooked, is, I think, from the Graphics Fairy. And this little Christmas tide, I can't remember who that's from. That's Lydia. I just take my scraps and I just start making stuff. This is Lydia. This is Amity Bloom. Sometimes I use my computer. I like these big Gigantor tags. This is Amity Bloom in one of her Christmas collections. This is Ruby and Pearl. She has a purple kit and a gold kit that I have. Gold meaning yellow. I think this is paper cameo. I think it might not be. It might not be. There's just a bunch of scraps. This is vintage. I like vintage things. This is a card, journaling card. And another journaling card with a wallpaper. I think I got a bunch of Ruby and Pearl EXO wallpapers, and I think that's one of those. So you can see here that this is my first real flip-flop journal, and I think in the future I would move this to here and that to back here. I was kind of winging it and not really knowing what I was doing, and I think these two need to be reversed so that this part is here and you don't have all of this wasted space. But it's okay. This is just for me, so I'm okay with that. And I'm going to leave it open because it doesn't really work if I don't. I'm thankful for the sun, but it sure is making it hard to film. I like these vintage pictures, and I don't know whose they are, but these were just scraps. This is from Graphics Fairy, and this I already had. This, if you can see, yes, this is in French. It's a little French hymn. And sometimes I'll just cut out, flowers from a journaling card or something just to decorate. I can't remember where these kitty cats are from, but that is absolutely hysterical to me. None of them look especially happy, except maybe this one is content. This one looks freaked out, and this one looks angry. Maybe those are the moods of the cats, because we all know that cats can be a little temperamental at times. Here's another card I made. Well, this is a collaged piece of paper, but I put it on scrapbook paper just to make it a little stiff. I'm in Hebrews now. So let's see, what was before that? Titus. Yeah, I did go into Titus. Did some James. And then I decided just to stick with Hebrews, I believe. Yeah. Some of the pages are plain because I realized the error of my ways in making this so chunky that it stresses out the joints. This is a prayer tag, but I thought it was pretty. I just used two things and some vintage, two little, I don't know, I think these were scraps like this, and some vintage paper. I think that's Amity Bloom. That flips out. This is a playing card and a stamp. And then this, sometimes I just keep writing and writing. I don't seem to stop sometimes. Okay, now we can go to this side. You see what I mean? How it's not, this isn't really correct the way I put it together. But that's okay, it's just for me. This is a nice long one. Sometimes I keep adding and adding so that I can fit scripture. I like this paper. I kind of went crazy right here. I just kind of layered things up on a little pocket, and then I used a tag I had made, and because I ran out of room, I just added to it. I tend to run out of room often. And then sometimes this is flippy floppy. Sometimes I use graph paper. This is one of the little tags that I made, and I have a video for, I have a video for that. The one before this, a little create with me, which was fun. It's just kind of a low level craft. This is just a collage of, these I think are Ruby and Pearl. This is Nanda. And the apple of his eye. More the apple of his eye. This might be from Souvenir de la France. That's a prayer card. Oh, that's kind of cute. I think that's how it went. I think I had it that way, but or maybe it is supposed to be that way. I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter. But I think I'm going to do that. Here's another one of those little cards. And I found some of that somewhere. I'm trying to find more of this. I don't know where to get this little Swiss dot gauze or ribbon. I can't find it. I have been on the hunt. I don't really want to ship from overseas. I made a little book out of one of, these are little envelopes, by the way. That's what Amity Bloom has them for. But I just made it like a journaling spot. Almost done. This is Nanda, and I put just some paper on the back and made a journaling spot. And this is the last one. This is just a little tag. And that's it. Just put that in there. And then when it's closed, it goes back. This little gold ribbon is from a caramel apple. It's a Granny Smith apple on a stick that's been dipped in caramel, dipped in chocolate, and then sprinkles on top. And they have them for Christmas time, and they also have them for Valentine's. I was so excited. So I got one last week and one this week, and sometimes that's our dessert. Aren't those pretty little bows? There's no way I'm going to get rid of those bows. Those are there in the sunshine. I just like them a lot. And those apples aren't cheap, but they are good. So that was Jeff and I's. We had like a half of one last night between the two of us. And they're big. So thank you for coming and stopping in to see this very shadowy, sunshiny video. I hope y'all have a good day. I am going to be sewing. Let me show you really quick what I'm working on. Our younger three sons, we have 5 sons. Our younger 3 are from Uganda, and so let me move this out of the way. When they first came home, I made little dresses for the girls and things for the boys to wear. And so this fabric, I was able to do it when they were little, even though it was pretty much a zoo around here, with 3 kids, all about a year apart in age, only a year apart, all 3. And, but I could sit at the dining table and sew and kind of keep an eye on what they were up to. But I've started making dresses again. So I pulled my bucket of fabric out from under the bed. That's been there for like 10 years because as they got older, life got busier. But I just love these with the little flutter sleeves. And this pattern is no longer available. I found it on Etsy as a download. And the woman who drafted it and designed it, for some reason, closed up her shop. But I think it's really cute. I'm almost finished with the second one. And so I have 4 2T dresses. And then I have bigger pieces of fabric that I'm going to do 3 and 4T. Because that's what Mandy, the director, requested. And or that's what I asked her what she needed. And so, goodness sakes, Laura Dodson. So yeah, I'm not the greatest seamstress in the world, but I can tell you that if you can go slowly, just one step at a time, and do like I did all the cutting out of the dresses, and then I sewed the yoke, and then I hemmed the flutter sleeves, and then I assembled, and then you cut binding. This is really the fiddliest part, and then after that you just have to hem it. I've not hemmed this yet, but I did figure out how to do an overcast stitch. I don't have a serger, so I'm really happy. So that way these seams won't fray. And I did it up here too, if you can see that. That is an overcast stitch, and you need a special foot, but I have my machine, which is a Brother SQ9285. It came with this foot, so it wasn't another purchase that I needed to make. So anyway, it's a little show and tell. Aren't they cute? I love them. So I can't believe I held it up to me the other day and told Jeff, I said, can you believe that we all start life so small? And then you grow up and you get big and you don't want little fluttery sleeve dresses anymore. Anyway, y'all have a good day. I'm going to get sewing, and I'll talk at you later. Bye.